Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear brothers and sisters, I want to start today with something very simple, but something that quietly controls the lives of so many people without them even realizing it. Overthinking, that endless loop in your mind, replaying conversations, imagining worst case scenarios, trying to predict outcomes that haven't even happened yet, lying awake at 2 in the morning solving problems that may never occur. If this sounds familiar, then this reminder is for you, because today I want to talk about why we overthink, what it's costing us, and how trusting the plan can genuinely set your mind free. Let's be honest about what overthinking actually is. It disguises itself as responsibility. It disguises itself as being careful, being prepared, being smart. We tell ourselves, I'm just thinking it through, when really we've crossed a line from thoughtful planning into anxious spiraling. Overthinking isn't preparation. Preparation has a purpose and an endpoint. Overthinking has no endpoint. It just keeps circling the same fears again and again without ever landing anywhere useful. And here's the painful truth. Most of what we overthink never actually happens. We exhaust ourselves preparing for disasters that exist only in our imagination, while the present moment, the one thing we actually have control over, slips right through our fingers. I want you to consider something that might be uncomfortable to hear. At its root, overthinking is very often a trust problem. When we don't fully trust that things are being taken care of, when we don't trust the outcome, when we don't trust the process, our minds try to control everything by thinking about it obsessively. We think that if we just consider every possible angle, every possible outcome, we can somehow protect ourselves from pain or disappointment. But here's the reality. No amount of overthinking has ever changed a decree. No amount of anxious spiraling has ever added a single day to your life, added a single blessing to your provision, or prevented a single hardship that was written for you. All overthinking does is steal your peace today while doing absolutely nothing to change tomorrow. Think about how tiring it is to live like this. Constantly running scenarios, constantly trying to prepare for every possible outcome, constantly bracing yourself for disappointment before it's even arrived. This is not living. This is surviving on high alert, and it drains you in ways that quietly damage your health, your relationships, and your ability to actually enjoy the blessings in front of you. So, there is a kind of person who has learned to release this grip, who has learned to do their part, and then genuinely let go to stories. And I want you to notice something about that person. They aren't naive, they aren't careless. They are simply free from the exhausting job of trying to control a future that was never theirs to control in the first place. Trusting the plan doesn't mean doing nothing. It doesn't mean sitting back passively and expecting everything to fall into your lap. Trust and effort are not opposites. They work together. You put in the effort, you make the right choices, you take the practical steps available to you, and then, and only then, do you release the outcome. That release is where peace lives. Trusting the plan means accepting that there are things beyond your control and choosing to stop fighting a battle you were never meant to win alone. It means believing that whatever unfolds, whether it's what you hoped for or something entirely different, there is wisdom in it, even if you can't see that wisdom yet. Here's something worth sitting with. While your mind is busy overthinking tomorrow's meeting, next month's decision, or a conversation that happened 3 years ago, your actual life is happening right now in front of you, and you're missing it. The people around you, the small blessings of this exact moment The beauty in your everyday routine, all of it passes by unnoticed while your mind is stuck somewhere else entirely, usually somewhere that doesn't even exist yet. Overthinking doesn't just steal your peace, it steals your presence. It takes you out of your own life and traps you in hypothetical versions of it that may never come true. Let me give you some honest, practical reflections you can start applying. First, separate productive thinking from anxious thinking. Ask yourself, is this thought leading me toward an action I can actually take, or is it just circling with no destination? If there's no action attached to it, it's not planning, it's spiraling, and you need to consciously interrupt it. Second, give yourself a decision deadline. When facing a choice, allow yourself a reasonable amount of time to weigh it, make dua for guidance, gather what information you need, and then decide. Don't let a decision live in your mind indefinitely. Endless deliberation is not wisdom. It's often just fear wearing a thoughtful disguise. Third, write your worries down instead of carrying them in your head. Something happens when you put a racing thought onto paper. It loses some of its power. It becomes smaller, more manageable, something you can actually look at instead of something that swirls endlessly inside you. Fourth, return to remembrance whenever your mind starts spiraling. Redirect that mental energy into something that actually settles the heart instead of agitating it further. A busy, anxious mind needs an anchor, and remembrance of your Creator is one of the most powerful anchors available to you. Fifth, remind yourself daily of times in the past when you overthought something that ended up working out completely differently than you feared. Keep a mental record or even a written one of these moments. They are proof, real evidence from your own life that your worst case predictions are usually wrong. Sixth, accept that uncertainty is simply part of life and that no amount of thinking will ever eliminate it completely. Trying to think your way into complete certainty about the future is chasing something that was never available to any human being. My brothers and sisters, I want you to imagine just for a moment what your life would feel like if you genuinely released the habit of overthinking everything. Imagine waking up without that heavy weight of anticipated problems. Or worse, imagine making a decision and actually feeling settled about it instead of endlessly second guessing it. Imagine being present with the people you love instead of mentally somewhere else, worrying about something that hasn't even happened. That peace is available to you. It's not reserved for people with easier lives or fewer problems. It's available to anyone willing to do their part, make the effort, and then genuinely release their grip on the outcome. It's a decision you make repeatedly every single day, sometimes every single hour, choosing again and again to trust instead of spiral. So the next time you catch your mind racing, replaying, predicting, spiraling, I want you to pause and ask yourself one simple question. Is this thought helping me take a real step forward, or is it just stealing my peace for no benefit at all? If it's the latter, gently release it. Remind yourself that you have done what is within your ability, and the rest belongs to a plan far wiser than anything your anxious mind could construct on its own. You were never meant to carry the weight of the unknown alone. Put down what was never yours to carry in the first place. Do your part with sincerity and trust that the rest is being handled with a wisdom and care far beyond what you could organize through worry. May Allah quiet the noise in our minds, replace our overthinking with trust, and grant us the peace of truly believing that the plan for our lives is being written with more care than we could ever manage ourselves. Barakallahu fikum.